Hello, assalamu alaikum, good morning, khushamdi, ji ayanu, goeiemorgen, ishbata.
Pakhairagale, ni hao, Churashume, Washmale, Ohio, Guzaimis, Guten Morgen, Ola, Bonjour, Privyet, Kaifahal, Haleshuma Chatore, Ahlan Wasalan, Marhaba, Buna, Mucho, Gracia, Swabia, Balli Karaya, Marhaba, and thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into PTV World. You watching World this morning alongside the very fantastic, the very amazing, the very energetic Shiza Hashmi and Shahzad Ehsan Khan. Hello Shiza, how are you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely great. Thank you so much for asking. How are you doing? I mean, a lot of our audiences yesterday missed you.
Really? I'm glad. Thank you very much for saying that as well. And you know, this coming from a team member means quite a lot as well. Thank you very much for saying that. And ladies and gentlemen, I was just a little overworked. So I wanted to sleep for a longer period of time where I didn't have any limitations to my sleeping time. So that's what I did yesterday. I kind of slept all day long and didn't really want to get out of the bed, but eventually I had to because I had another program at night as well, so I had to go over there. But yes, inshallah, I promise that I will continue to serve you guys as long as I breathe. But not just that. There's one more very important thing, and that is that as soon as Shiza walked in today into the makeup room, it looked like as if Shiza is actually going to go perform at her annual day in school as well. You know, you're wearing a lovely waistcoat.
Thank
where did you get it from? You know, it's not very common over in Pakistan.
All right, so surprisingly, it's very special to me.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why, because my Saas, my mother-in-law, yes, she knitted it for me. And I think it was very beautiful. I mean, I just went there one weekend and she had two sweaters knitted for me. One was this, one was in a turquoise blue color. And I was like, Auntie, I don't think I can wear the blue one on screen because it gets chroma. We have a virtual studio, right?
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, but you have to wear this. And I absolutely love it. And I think the gesture is so sweet as well, right?
Exactly, and I think that it's just about breaking stereotypes as well, where mother-in-laws are actually knitting sweaters for their bahu. Wow, I think
Why
that's
not?
fantastic, and that's a good news early in the morning. And I think that's the kind of relationship everybody needs to share with each other, ladies and gentlemen, where you compliment, where you gift something. And this is how things need to work. But other than that, you know, Shiza, with women, you know, they say that, you know, women are actually great with memory.
Yeah.
You know, us
So
boys...
I hear, but it's not about me, though.
You know, us boys, you know, we forget even our own birthdays, you know, we forget all of those family events taking place. All of a sudden, somebody's going to call me and be like, hey, you know what, you were supposed to come to our place.
Yeah.
You know, we are very forgetful, unfortunately. Why do you think that women are very good with memory? And that's half of the issue with married couples, you know, because you cannot remember the dates, you cannot remember anniversary, you cannot remember, you know, the date of birth of your spouse. Do you remember the date of birth of your husband?
Of course I do. I mean,
and does he remember your date of birth?
Yeah, he does, and actually he remembers dates more than I do. And this is why I was about to say, yes, it is very commonly said that women are great at memorizing things, and it does stand true for a lot of people. I can't relate to it. I don't know, man. I don't have a good memory. But yes, that is true. Generally speaking, it's because, to my understanding, it's because I feel like girls, especially in their school-going time and whatnot, they're really hardworking as compared to boys who are intelligent. Boys are smart, but they don't really want to put in that effort, right? They're so rough and tough, and they're like, oh, we'll just make it through, whatnot. But girls sort of take things seriously.
Wow.
I think so.
Yeah, but somebody forgetting your date of birth and you taking it seriously is not a good thing, okay? Don't take it very seriously. It's your birthday, you need to remember it, not anybody else. But, you know, there's a reason why we're actually talking about it, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we've actually been joined by champions of hair in our studios, and we're very lucky, we're glad that they've taken our time. For the very first time, you know, I think that Pakistanis have been representing us, you know, on different platforms where we talk about memory competitions, where we talk about international reading competitions. We're very lucky.
Question though for you before we do introduce them. Were you ever a part of such competitions at school level, like spelling bee?
Yes, Spellathon. Yeah.
Were you a part of it?
Yeah, I was, and
How
I
did you
didn't do great. That's what it is, I think. Yeah, no, but I'm good with spellings. Not that I'm not good with spellings, but since the advent of, you know, these telephones, I think that everybody's lost their track on the spellings as well, because there's autocorrect and then you just do not want to do it, and then they're going to underline if there's anything wrong with the grammar or the vocab as well. So yeah, let's keep that aside because it's not about us today, ladies and gentlemen. We were lucky that we've been joined by these champions who are making Pakistan proud as well, and you know, they are the pride of Pakistan. They have a lot of stories to share with us, and they have a lot of recognition all over the world for the kind of work they're putting in to make our country look great on the global map as well. Ladies and gentlemen, first up, we've actually been joined by that person who's actually preparing all of these kids who are doing these amazing things as well. She happens to be a global keynote speaker and super learning coach. What is that? We'll ask her. She is Miss Sania Alam. Hello, assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Walaikum salam, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Thank you very much for joining us, super coach.
Thank you for having us.
It's wonderful to have you over here. Alongside Miss Sania Alam, ladies and gentlemen, we've actually been joined by a champion. She happens to be world memory champion, and she actually holds 3 world records in what? That's something we'll ask her as well. And she is the one and only Miss Emma Alam. Hello, assalamu alaikum champion, how are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm very well. How are you?
Loving
Absolutely
the medals on your coat. I mean, absolutely loving it.
And thank you very much for joining us. And for everybody who's out there, ladies and gentlemen, they're wearing green blazers because yes, that's what we wear. But it looks black on the screen because of the fact that, you know, we have a chroma screen over here as well. So I think that's the only problem. Otherwise, they're properly dressed, you know, whatever their uniform is. Alongside Miss Emma Alam, ladies and gentlemen, we've actually been joined by somebody who happens to be a UK speed reading champion. She is Miss Saida Kisa Zehra. Hello, assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Assalamu alaikum, I'm fine. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for joining us. Wonderful to have you over here. And you guys doing a great job, honestly.
Yes.
But super coach, super learning coach, we would want you to share what are we talking about today? What are these competitions? How did you get to know about them?
Okay, so first of all, thank you for having us. We have an institute in Karachi, Pakistan called Institute of Human Memory Development International, and basically we are doing global work, but within Pakistan we have extra focus because it being our home country. So what we launched was 2 years ago was super learning courses, super learning programs. And what super learning is basically how can one learn faster, memorize more, be creative thinker, and study and learn more in less time and faster. So this is what super learning is. And then we have many courses within the super learning systems that we have. And so we launched this because we wanted to promote mental literacy within Pakistan, you know,
So
because we want to increase that, yes. And the reason behind this being is that everyone has the innate potential to be a super learner. You know, we underestimate our brain's ability that, you know, we need rote learning or we need forced, you know, cramming of information in order to remember anything or read faster or to, you know, learn and give exams. But that's far from the truth.
Yeah.
So the 3 top courses that I would say, and we also say them as pillars of learning, is called mind mapping, speed reading, and memory competitions.
And we'll definitely get into the detail of all of these. But you let me know, so these girls who are martial and now champions, do you somehow reach out to them? Do you select them, or anyone can register with you?
So first you take training from us, and each one of our courses is just 30 hours.
Okay.
So you take them for your personal academic or professional life, but then those who have more time and are interested, they further pursue this into, you know, competitions that are international and world competitions. So these are some of those students who practiced, and we had a, you know, pre-qualification round, and they qualified, and so they competed.
That's
Very
wonderful.
nice.
And before we move on to them as well, you know, super learning coach, there's one simple question which I wanted to ask, and that is that ever since we were growing up, we were going to school, you know, we were very fond of ratta, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope everybody out there understands this as well. Ratta is just, you know, kind of having a visual memory where you just remember that, okay, this is what it says, but you do not understand
without the
what
concept of it.
Yeah, that there's no basic concept you know about, you know, so that's how it is. So what's the difference, you know, when we talk about the kind of services you guys are providing? You said that it's mind mapping, it's speed reading, and then it's memory, right? So
And a lot more.
Yeah, obviously. But when we come down to memory, is it a ratta?
So there's this misunderstanding, misconception that because nobody knows how to learn, so they automatically, you know, retract to rote learning. Because what's happening is when parents tell students to go to school, learn, they go to school, teacher tells them what to read, what to learn, what to memorize, but not how to read, how to memorize, how to study. And that how to is the answer that we are providing. And it's all about techniques. Very simple techniques that you have to learn in order to, you know, improve your memory, improve your reading speed and learning power.
Wow, that's wonderful.
That sounds great. And now I actually want to move on to Emma over here. You are holding 3 world records.
Yes.
Amazing, congratulations on that.
Thank
What
you.
are those about?
Okay, so in the memory competition, there are 10 disciplines. So that's 10 different ways that they test your memory. So that includes you're given like thousands of numbers, thousands of words, names and faces, dates, abstract images, and then you're given a set time to memorize it. and then it's removed, and then you have to bring it back exactly from
How
memory.
much time do you need to memorize? I mean, when you're in a competition,
Yes.
how much time do they give you?
So for dates, let's say they give you 5 minutes to memorize,
Okay.
and I memorized 190 plus dates.
190 plus dates?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yeah, and
In
then
5 minutes.
Yes.
Wow.
And then for names and faces, they give you 15 minutes, and I memorized 218, which was a new world record under Pakistan's name.
Wow.
Yes. And then there's words, and for
Did
words.
you expect you could do that?
Well, I've been training since the past 2 years for 6 to 8 hours for the competition. Because this competition is like the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like the Olympics for hockey, tennis, cricket. It's the same thing for memory. So initially I took the training for my studies because I was a struggling student, and studying just felt like an overload of information.
Yeah.
And so, but after I took the training, not only did I ace in my studies, but I also had enough time to compete and take part in the competitions.
Wow. That
Yeah,
sounds great.
because you were doing it before time, you know, everything you were reaching out before you were supposed to do that. So,
Yeah.
you know, I think that's great as well.
Yeah.
But speaking about, you know, you memorizing, there are a lot of medals you carrying right now, alhamdulillah.
Yes.
And would you mind letting us know which one represents what?
Yes, so this one is gold medal for the whole championship.
Okay.
Then this is for the adults group.
All right.
Then these are for 2 of the disciplines, which is words and names.
Yeah. I hope
And
you remember
then-
that.
All of the ones, and she's not wearing all of her medals.
Yes.
These are just the ones she won in this
Within 2
competition.
years?
Just in one WMC 2020.
That's
Yeah. So these are the ones she won in this 2020 World Memory Championship. The ones from other 11 competitions, they're at home.
Wow. Siddharth, don't you rather think that, you know, what are we doing sitting over here? You know?
That is literally
What-
what I was thinking. Can I tell you something? There's this one course that I ever failed in my entire life, and that was history. Because I could not remember dates and stuff. I mean, I just thought, okay, it has happened. I don't have to, remember.
I mean, the
it.
only thing I cannot remember is how many exams I have failed in all my life.
I was
all
like
my
one, and I
life.
can't believe that was also in my 8th grade, and it was ridiculous. I mean, because I used to be a good student.
Yeah, it's
but
probably
okay.
not.
But moving on to Kissa over here, congratulations, mashallah. You're a champion as well. Speed reading, right?
Yes.
Explain to us what it is, and how did you come around it?
Okay, so once again, I came around it because I wanted to improve my studies overall.
Okay.
And my parents introduced me to these courses, and I took them, and I was able to ace all my exams. So let me explain what speed reading actually is.
Yes, please.
It's basically, let me take an example. We have one book, and we take one academic year to comprehend that book, to understand it, to memorize it.
Yeah.
But still, we're not able to effectively memorize any
Or
of the
reproduce it,
information.
yeah.
Yes. Through the art of speed reading, we are able to speed up our brain processing power, which in turn allows us to go through a book within a few hours,
Okay.
effectively memorize its information, and immediately give its exam.
Okay.
But to my understanding, that means it's short term, is it? The memory of whatever you retained from the book.
No, it's not.
It
Because we
stays.
use three. Because for exam purposes, I would use all 3 parts of the super learning courses. So
Okay.
I would use speed reading, then I would mind map the information, and then I would use memory. So that information is kept effectively in my brain.
Exactly.
Wow.
So for the competition purposes, I get an unpublished book, around 100,000 words
Okay.
in the book, and maximum I'm given 2 hours.
Okay.
So, but we're supposed to read it within minutes.
Oh.
We read it within minutes, and then I'm given a comprehension test of it. And
So do you skim through, or do
And
you
there's a
have to go through
comprehension
every
test
part
as
of
well.
it?
So it's not that you're just
No.
reading it.
No.
You really need to understand the
Of
information.
course, of course.
Yes.
Wow, that's
yes.
wonderful. So, usually whenever you're actually appearing in an exam, is it like, you wake up 2 hours earlier and then be like, okay, that's
now
done.
is the
Like,
time to prepare.
That's what they do. So they only study for like an hour every day.
That's it.
That's it.
And they know it all.
Yes. And so they feel like we don't need to give so much time because we can do it. And
I
what
like
we are
the
saying here, Shiza, what we are
Yes.
saying here through our institute is that for 12 years basic education, you do not need 12 years of your time.
Yeah.
You can
I
do it
like
in
it. I like the concept.
1
1
to
year.
2 years
Yeah, yeah.
using
Wow.
these super learning.
Where were you
methods.
when we were growing up?
I
man? Come on.
yes, that's what I was telling them. I was like, when I was growing, we didn't have such competitions.
Uh-huh.
Even there was a spelling bee, yes, but
I think
that
we
was
did,
it.
but we weren't that smart.
That too. That too. I didn't want to say it, but yes.
Okay, but ladies and gentlemen, they brought their own sheets as well because we obviously wanted to test them, whether whatever they are saying, are they going to fulfill that or not. So we have a lot of numbers and words and faces and names, but yeah,
Shazad has his own test.
because they brought in their own sheets, I wrote my own. So what we're going to do is, the first I'm going to give Shiza a minute, you need to think and, kind of, if she can reproduce the words. Let's
Are
see.
you testing me?
Yeah,
Okay.
towards the end we can do that, right?
Okay.
Okay. How much time are we supposed to give?
You can give them 5 minutes, whichever you want.
No, not 5 minutes.
It's 20 words.
I don't know,
actually.
but yeah.
There's just 20 words. Go ahead. Let's see if you can reproduce.
Okay, should I say it out loud? Or
No, not now, but you can just read them and let's see
This
how
is your
many.
test, Shiza, for right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just remembering the ones that I've.
And you
I
have to,
the
you have to,
feelings
say.
In order?
Say the words out loud in the same order I have written. Okay.
You know what? Okay. So I'm just going to read the words out for you.
No. Otherwise they'll know. You know, say-
I'm out of the competition.
Okay. So I think we're going to give it to Emma first. So
Yeah.
Emma,
Okay.
you'll only have 30 seconds. Go through them once, and then we'll see if we can reproduce the words or not.
Okay.
Okay. But I'll need the list back because I don't remember.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So meanwhile, Emma's actually kind of trying to remember, which she
Yeah.
will obviously because it's just 20 words. I think what we really need to do is move on to Kisa, because Kisa, when we talk about speed reading, how do you actually comprehend when you've read the book so fast? How do you understand? So this mental ability of comprehending and understanding in such a shorter span of time, what tools do you use?
So basically, we have specific amount of techniques that are taught through super learning. So obviously, I can't give a specific tip that would cover that amount of information that they provide us, just through which we speed up our processing power.
Wow.
All
So-
right, to add to that question,
Yeah.
sorry. So what if there's a new concept in what you were grabbing at that
Yeah.
point? And you've never come across it before, of
Yes.
course,
So it's
there's no
unknowledgeable
limit to
guess.
education.
Yes.
So in that case, is it ratta or do you try to understand?
So basically, the requirement I would say is that as long as you know the language of the book,
Okay.
so I know English.
Yeah,
So any
yeah.
English book that I pick up, I'm able to speed read it, I'm able to
Oh,
mind map it, I'm able to memorize it. So knowing the language is what's key to any book that you want to put inside your brain. So
And
Even if it's
actually-
physics or whatsoever?
anything.
Oh.
You fly with books, man. That's how it
Wow.
needs to be. Yeah, you
Actually,
fly
the
with-
thing is that it's the processing speed that we have to increase of the brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we think, because since our childhood, we are taught incorrect methods of reading.
That is true.
Incorrect
That is true.
methods of learning, incorrect methods of memorizing. So that basically what we are doing is we're correcting those incorrect habits. And it's not like we will wave a magic wand and you will have
Yeah.
these super learning abilities. These are abilities that everyone already has.
Wow.
It's just that we tell you, okay, this is the right way of doing it.
Okay.
And with speed reading, we're talking about, let me just say how much we're talking about. We're talking about thousands of words per minute.
So
Which is
Sania,
what-
can I just say that
I think
I'm
Emma's
already-
ready.
I'm
You ready?
fully booking you for my
I
child's
think so.
preparation of his
Absolutely. And
education.
Shazad was saying,
whenever that
where were you
happens.
guys when we were,
Yeah.
learning and growing up? But I can't say anything about that. But now we're here for your children.
Thank you so
Yes,
much,
and the
man.
generation
Exactly, and that's
that's-
wonderful as well. And since, ladies and gentlemen, we have a super learning coach over here, so we're going to test her ability as well. So we're going to give her a list of words. These are 100 words on the front page. So you take this one. And would you be able to remember faces and names?
Yeah.
Because you speed read, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But
Speed
they
read
learn the
includes all
same
of this
thing.
as well?
Actually, let me just state here, the sheets that we bought for you guys, these are the ones that they use in their competition.
Yeah.
And with that, the one that you have in your hand is called names and faces. And you don't speed read those, you memorize those.
Yeah.
For for the name.
Aika
a
we.
visual
Yes.
image.
We
Yes.
call it.
Thanks.
I think I can remember Balak. Well, the names are different as well.
And what they do is that they change the ethnic backgrounds of the name and the face so that you can now relate a Pakistani name with a Pakistani face.
Yeah.
So they remove all
That's
those
intelligent.
options.
Yes, but do we
um,
have a Pakistani name in there?
Yeah, there are all kinds of names in there.
Miranda Yui. All right, so I'm going to give it to Kisa. Can you please move it to her? Yeah.
Yes.
Give me my.
All right,
slip
Emma,
back.
are you ready?
Yeah, and you have to memorize those words as well.
Sania,
I'm
as
not
much
going to
as
give a
you can.
test.
No, you're not giving a test, but we just want to, kind of give our audiences the feel of how it might feel to know all of this or memorize it in a very faster way. All right. So Emma, are you ready?
I think so.
Okay, so go ahead, please.
Okay, so 1 is furious.
Yeah.
2, I'm gonna skip. 3 is exhausted.
Yeah.
4 is delicious.
Yeah.
5 is anxious.
Yeah.
Okay, 6 is dazzling.
Okay.
Along those lines, yes.
7 is great.
Yeah.
8 is appalling.
Yeah.
9, I'm gonna skip.
It's okay.
Um,
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Dune is, 12 is,
Why don't you go ahead and tell him the ones that you do?
Yeah.
Because you're nervous. I can
It's
Yeah,
all
so
right.
that
Don't
is-
be nervous.
Oh, there's no
what
right
if you,
or wrong.
what
There's
if you
no
just
right or
look at
wrong.
this one? I'll read out exactly the whole.
This one?
Yeah.
Because she
Okay.
memorized this in
It's
competition.
like 100, 200 words?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Warehouse, election,
Yeah?
pencil,
Yeah?
eggshell, investigate, elders, electric, utensils, ellipse, jade, nest, spy,
Are you following?
confused, enamel, milk, envelope.
Okay, we know you're a champ for sure.
Nice. That is
There's no questioning
Actually,
that
and
as
can
well.
I state one thing why she was forgetting? There are multiple reasons for that. Number one is obviously she's nervous because being in the camera.
Of
But
course,
second
but also
thing
we
is
gave her like a little bit of time. It's totally not
that was
Yeah.
more than enough though.
Yeah.
The time that you
Yes.
gave.
Okay.
But the thing is, when you are memorizing, what they often do, and this is something they both do, and that bothers me really, is because they make associations. So memory is all about association.
Yeah.
You know,
For me
being
it
able to
was.
link one information
Yeah.
with another. Often what they do, and we're trying to get past that mistake that they do, is they, for example, if it was an egg, they would put it against a white background.
Okay.
So when they are following their journey back, so that white egg against a white background, they just pass right by it. So just give an example of what happens. And the sheet that I brought for you was a sample to, demonstrate
Yeah, and
what
we got
kind
that.
of,
That makes sense.
you know.
And that's great. But Sania, since we're very short on time, I want you to tell everyone that where you're headed after this, you have been, mashallah, been called upon by a lot of ministers as well, congratulating you guys. Let us know all about it.
So yes, the government has been really appreciating us, and we are still waiting for our Honorable Prime Minister to call us and recognize what we have done for Pakistan.
Yeah.
These competitions have been happening for 29 years, and Pakistan won for the first time.
No way. Wow.
Yes. So, and on such a grand platform, there were 16 countries that we competed against amongst 300 plus competitors.
Amazing.
So we're doing a lot of amazing things for Pakistan. So if for those of you who are interested in reaching out to us, you can visit our website at www.ihmd.co.
Okay.
There are a lot of amazing things coming up, and as for them and the rest of the team, they are going to continue competing and win back to back and represent Pakistan.
And when's
on
the
a
next
global
competition, inshallah?
platform.
It's an annual thingy?
So yes, it's an annual, but then there are countries who do their
Got it.
their international competitions annually as well. So the one that's coming up is World Speed Reading and World Mind Mapping Championship.
All right.
like
And both of you are competing?
Yes.
Wow,
entire
that's
team will
wonderful.
be
We want to
competing.
wish you best of luck as well, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
It was wonderful to have you. But one last thing, speed reader. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, can we have it back?
Sure.
Yeah, please.
Keep sitting. It's all right.
Yeah. Okay, so I think it's for the audience out there, and then you can say whatever you want to say. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can describe a person, then I can say a name, because usually they would hide
Okay,
the
so
name.
she
And
looks
I,
with the
old.
one
She's
with the
wearing-
afro.
She looks old. She's wearing a blue coat and a brown cap.
I'll have to see the face.
You
Like,
have to
Can
see
you
the
hide-
face.
hide the name.
Yeah,
hide
yeah.
the name.
and
Hide
Yeah,
the
yeah,
name.
I'm
yeah,
ready.
that one, the blue one.
That's Quinn with a double N, Thompson.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Okay, this one, the guy with the long mustache.
Nagatani Jingming.
Nagatani Jingming, yeah, that's wonderful. Okay.
like it.
The pretty lady on the page.
Ann Jones.
Oh, wow.
Ann Jones.
I think, ladies and gentlemen, whatever.
That's really nice,
I think
Kasa.
that the medals they're wearing is an open proof that these guys are smart and they've been investing their time in making sure that they're going to make Pakistan proud. And they are the pride of Pakistan as well, and everybody needs to promote. And Mr. Prime Minister, if you're out there, please, I think that you really need to recognize the effort of these kids as well. You guys are doing a phenomenal
Thank
job.
you.
Please make sure that you continue to strive for excellence.
Absolutely.
We had two more kids over here in
Yeah,
the
you
studio.
guys wanna give a
we
shout
couldn't
out to
manage
them?
them today, but yes, please take their names. Who
So
are they?
we have the team members that are along with us is Sania Alam, who is the French mind mapping champion.
Wow.
So she won the entire French competition.
Amazing,
And then
man.
we have Abida Athar with us, who is 7th in global ranking in the World Memory Championship.
Wow.
And she also won 4 medals.
And
This
you know,
is sort of intimidating, isn't it?
yeah, it's not intimidating, but I think that it's wonderful to know that
Yeah.
that there are kids who are smart and they're doing
Mashallah.
this as well, and that your families are supportive. And we're going to make you a promise: whenever you go into your next competition and you come back victorious, this is your platform. It's open for
You're
you
always
guys. Whenever
welcome.
you guys are
Thank
here,
you. Thank
let us know, and we'll have you over here as well and talk about your journey as well. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you.
It was wonderful to be in conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, people are getting smarter every single day, which is why I think it's about time that the world is moving towards something very special. What is that? That's something which we'll be talking about in the next segment. Don't go anywhere.
We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Good morning.